Here we are in the painting a couple of weeks ago. I thought it was finished. I kind of liked it. It was okay. Nothing extraordinary about it. No drama. It was just, just a kind of a painting. And so I decided, why not just go ahead and do some changes. So this is where it stands now. I have taken the jetty all of this side and decided to let the water come on here. The horizon line, which was up here, I dropped it down to the quarter line, added some brilliant color in it as opposed to this one. Here I brushed all of this off so that I can put some waves right here. This was too bland. This one, originally, I had the wave going that way. I didn't like it very much, so I changed it so that it's really pointing up to this sky color. And how did I get all of this color off and all of that detail out? I just used my brush and came down on it. And it's a little similar to oil painting would do in that because this is very dark, brushing all of that pastel off made it look thin and actually gave texture to those rocks. Still a little bit work up here on the sky that I'm going to do. I guess I'm in the fix-it mode lately, where I take a painting that, kind of looks okay, but there's nothing special about it. There's no drama, nothing that's really going to say, I like it. So, yeah, I mean, I've already used the paper. If I continue that painting and it still doesn't work, well, so what? The paper was gone anyway. And all of those pastel, all of that dust that I have brushed away from this painting at different times, I could make several new pastels out of them. Uh, which I don't do. I don't have the patience to make the pastels. But I took a painting and really, which looked good in my reference photo, from a jetty on Galveston Beach. The photo looked fine. I thought it was a pretty good design. But when I put it as a painting, that design no longer worked. It was kind of plain Jane, just vanilla. So that's the difference in just painting what you see or trying to develop the painting past the point of what you see and get in your head instead and say, well, what colors can I use? The sky doesn't really have to be blue, clouds white. Change it up a bit. Maybe you had, in this case I did, the horizon line up high on the, I guess the third level, but it was up higher. So I decided to drop it and put it on this line, and suddenly the sky became the dominant player in the painting rather than the ocean. And in all honesty, the ocean didn't have any star status to it anyway. So that left me with the sky, which I could play with the colors, and decided to deepen, really make that horizon line of the water dark, and which kind of goes against everything that you hear, is that as things recede, they need to go lighter. That's most of the time true, but in this case, it just didn't work for me. And then I changed the water here a good bit, changed the spray, changed the jetty, changed the colors of the jetty. So it was a major fix. When I finish it, when I call it finished, is it going, am I going to say, wow, I like it now? I don't know. But it really doesn't matter. The thing is, I learned a good bit in working on this painting and playing with it, throwing away a lot of color that I already had on the painting. This surface is Pastel Premier. That's the name of the paper. I had one sheet left from several years ago, and decided, why am I saving that sheet? I think it's because I didn't like the surface, and I prefer UArt to it. But I had the paper, and I still don't like the paper. Wouldn't buy. I thought maybe I would buy it again while it might be on sale. But no, I'll stay with the UArt and the Lux Archival. Both of those I really like for the seascapes. Pastel brands, a lot of different ones. I just chose color and value rather than the brand. One brand that I do like for getting these cascading waves of white is Diane Townsend white, because it is a very gritty, and so it doesn't cover the surface of the paper like a lot of the pastels do. Because it has all that grit in there, it skips a lot of it, and so it's more of a, you can see through the catches of the roughness of the paper.